After 5 months of war, by Christmas 1914, the First World War had become static. The German advance into France and Belgium had been decisively stopped outside Paris by French and British forces at the Battle of the Marne in early September 1914. Stalemate led to positional or trench warfare, with fixed positions running from the North Sea to the Swiss frontier. In Britain, various groups were pushing for peace. In Rome, Pope Benedict XV begged for a truce, but the war continued. It was the ordinary soldiers living in the squalor of the frontline trenches that initiated a pause in the killing, beginning on Christmas Eve 1914. Disregarding orders to not fraternize with the enemy, soldiers on both sides stopped shooting at each other and began communicating instead. The close proximity of the trenches meant that men could shout at enemy troops across no man's land. In the region of Ypres, Belgium, on Christmas Eve, German soldiers lit candles along the trench parapets. Then they began singing Christmas carols. The British troops responded in kind. Greetings were yelled across no man's land, and before long men stood on the parapets. No one was shot, and then small groups began to walk into no man's land to greet one another. Gifts were exchanged, little things like food, tobacco and alcohol, then souvenirs, uniform buttons, pickelhaube, spiked helmets and British caps. The artillery guns had fallen silent. All around lay the corpses of comrades killed in recent fighting. The bodies were gathered and some joint burial services were held. Getting the men to kill each other again was hard. Some truces lasted until New Year's Day 1915. The sing-songs were notable: English, Scots, Irish, Prussians, Württembergers, Bavarians, all singing Auld Lang Syne and other songs and exchanging cigars, looking at family photographs and shaking hands. On Boxing Day, the 26th of December, most truces still held. One British officer said of the Germans, "The beggars simply disregard all our warnings to get down from off their parapet, so things are at a deadlock. We can't shoot them in cold blood. I cannot see how we can get them to return to business." This indicates that not all soldiers on both sides were in agreement with these Christmas truces. There are accounts of football matches being played in no man's land between British and German troops. One match is recorded between the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders and the 133rd Royal Saxon Regiment. The result, the Germans won 4-1. But inevitably under pressure from senior officers, particularly the generals, who perhaps feared their men might lose all interest in killing their opponents, especially after meeting them in person, the truces came to an end and the slaughter resumed. Never again did Christmas truces occur in World War I. But the fact that it did happen in 1914 was remarkable and something important to remember at Christmas. Please do subscribe and share, and also support my channel via Patreon or PayPal. See more details below.